Live now while I was thinking about it. I've been thinking about this dating thing. And why have I been thinking about it? Well, because I believe there are not enough short men out here putting themselves out there in the dating game. And I think that we need to see more of that. And so I'll start asking myself questions like, why aren't they? And I think it's a couple reasons. For me, the biggest thing that I see with my bros is the lack of confidence. The lack of confidence will prevent you from taking the chances to go approach a woman, go try to talk to a woman. The lack of confidence will have you doing that. That's the biggest reason why a lot of fellow bros just aren't out there dating. And the lack of confidence will have you fearing rejection. So let's talk about those two things. One of them is the lack of confidence, like I said, and then fear and rejection. Confidence you can work on. There are ways for you to build your confidence. Getting rejected is kind of like a part of life. There will be some area of your life that you will get rejected in. You'll want something and it just won't happen for you. That's just a part of life. But a lot of times when that happens, we, if we're don't allow ourselves to get depressed and stuff, we are often redirected to something better for us. I know I can think of times in my life where I wanted something and then later on I was glad I didn't get it because it wouldn't have been good for me. Sometimes you're going to want something and it's going to be better for you that you didn't get it. Like it will be. That's how it works out sometimes. Now, with your confidence, how do you build your confidence as a short man? Well, one of the things you can do to build your confidence, and this is what I tell any short, actually, I tell this to any man who is struggling with having the courage to approach a woman. You have to think, you have to ask yourself this one question. If you approach this woman and she is not interested in you, will you die? Well, the answer for most all of us is no. You won't die. Okay. So that means you'll live to see another day, you'll live to have another opportunity, all of these things. So when you know that, when you can just ask yourself that simple question, when you know that, then what are you really risking when you approach a woman? You're not really risking anything. You're risking that the chance that she may say yes or she may say no. And if she says no, okay. Again, are you going to die? No. Might it, is it possible that it could hurt your feelings? Possibly, but only if you allow it because you're in charge of that. If you go into it with the mindset of, I'm approaching this woman because I'm interested and I go after what I want. And if she turns me down, it's her loss. You go into it with that mindset, you'll have confidence to approach anyone because you understand that, they're missing out on a good guy. You're a good dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a cool dude. You laid back, you adventurous, you got cool jokes. You got all that going for you. So if she chooses not to talk to you, that's her loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, she lost. That's the approach you gotta have. And you can also have confidence in yourself. The more you do this, the more you approach women, and I've said this before, the more you will transform. Sorry. I'm tired. The more you will transform. I'm not tired, actually. I just yawn. Anyway, I got this. Go into that another time. Um, but anyway, the more you approach women, right, you will develop the habit of somebody who goes after what he wants in life. Too many of us just let life give us whatever it wants. We never go out there decide to go after what we want. But you're different. You're gonna go after what you want. You're gonna put yourself out there. You're going to attempt to talk to the woman that you want because that's the type of dude you are. And what happens is, no matter what, if she turns you down, um, then you'll realize, hey, she just wasn't the one. It was her loss, right? And then you'll move on to the next one. And then and then as you're doing all of this, you're learning. Like maybe your approach was off. Maybe you're trying to approach her at a time where, I mean, you're approaching women with some corny pickup line or whatever the case may be. Maybe your approach is off, right? Um, so if your approach is off, you can change that. You can change your approach, right? Because you're paying attention to what you're doing and how you're doing it. And so you're improving every single time. And there's no way that if you're working at this and improving every single time that you cannot have success. It's just not possible. It's literally not possible because that's just not how it works. You put in the reps, you get better, you eventually get what you want. It may not look exactly like you thought it would look, because that definitely happens sometimes. But you will eventually get what you want. And in that meantime, right, you're becoming the person that the woman that you want will be attracted to. She wants a person that's a go-getter, the one who will go after what he wants, the one who has confidence in himself. You're becoming all of those things by just stop believing the story that you've been telling yourself that you can't get a woman and all this other stuff, right? You become you'll become that guy. And am I telling you it's gonna be easy? No. But it's better than believing that you are not capable of getting a woman. It just takes work. So much stuff in life just takes effort. Like, just think about how much better your life would be if you were just willing to put in some effort. I know we live in this time where everybody wants instant gratification, myself included sometimes. But that's not how it works. That's not how it goes. So we gotta stop expecting that from life and just being willing to put in some work. Um, the other thing that I think is, I this is my opinion. I don't think dating apps are really set up for short dudes. I mean, I have had success on dating apps in my dating time, but I don't think that's the best place to go for short men. I think the best place to go for short men is in person. You have to think about the dating apps like this. If I'm a woman and she has options because the women, for every one message a man gets, a woman gets about 50. I think it's some crazy number like that, right? So if that is the case, she can decide to only pick and choose based off of arbitrary things like, oh, he's over 6'5", or he's over this, or he has this or that. But she can't tell his personality. She just has to pick based on these arbitrary things. Um, so that's not set up for you because you're not, we're not over 6 feet. And that's what, the prerequisite is. Now, you could go and do that on these dating apps, but a far better way is just to really take your chances, take your opportunity, and approach women in person. You get a feel for their personality. You don't have to wait for no message back. You kind of figure out if it is or if it ain't. fairly quickly. You don't have to wait. You kind of you just know. Um, and so that's why I think it's better, and that's why I think you should go about it that way and get offline. I promise you, better in person is better, especially if you love instant gratification. You're gonna know one way or the other whether she liked you or not if you're in person. Don't rob yourself of. There's so many women also that are not online that you will see in person if you just pay attention and talk to them. Now, I think there's a few more tips and strategies and stuff to go with this. But that's why I wrote a book, because I am really serious about wanting to see short men do well and be able to meet a woman, but also get to know themselves. So I wrote this book called Short Men's Guide to Dating. And right now I'm having a Kickstarter for the book. And I'm going to drop the link in the description, because I would love for you guys to, support the Kickstarter so we can get this book out. Because I think it's really going to help a lot of short men when it comes to dating and meeting someone. And it's also going to help them get to know themselves. Because in the book, the first half of the book is me sharing all my, stupid experiences when it came to dating, so you can learn from my mistakes. And in the second half of the book, I give tips, tricks, ways that you can get better and do better when it comes to uh, dating, getting to know yourself, all of those things I share in the book, because it all starts with you. How you feel about you will determine how well, how easy, or how hard it is for you to meet somebody else. And a lot of you guys are struggling with how you see yourself. And we have to start there, and we have to work on that. And there's some simple ways we can do that. Um, and I believe that you guys are ready. You guys want to do that. So I wanted to write the book. I wanted to be the guy that helped you do that, because I believe in you. And so that's why I wrote the book, because, my job is to give back too and share the lessons that I learned on my journey as a, you know, short man, short man out here dating and all of those things. So that's why I wrote the book. But I need your help to make the book a reality and get it into the right hands. That's what I need your help with. All right. So links in the bio. Check it out. Donate. I appreciate you. I left my card at home.